Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be playing through the World Cup. I know we haven't done Liverpool career mode for a while, but I thought it was fitting because the World Cup final is this weekend, or very soon actually. So, I'm going to do it match by match, simulating each one. And our first one, Mexico versus South Korea. According to the simulation, this game ends 2-2. And now our next match, the Czech Republic versus South Africa. The simulation says 2-1 to Czech Republic. And Switzerland versus Bosnia and Herzegovina. Simulation says 1-0 to Bosnia and Herzegovina. So I guess we move on, and the simulation says that Turkey will draw 2-2 to Paraguay. Now we have Canada versus Qatar, of which the simulation says that Canada will win 3-2. It's the host advantage though. Brazil versus Haiti, the simulation says that it will end 2-1 to Brazil. Of course, the hosts, United States versus Australia, simulation says that it will end with a 2-0 win to the United States. Tillman and Pulisic getting the goals. Scotland versus Morocco now, and simulation says Scotland win 2-1. Germany versus the Ivory Coast. Simulation says 2-1 to Germany. Ecuador versus Curacao. Simulation says 1-0 to Ecuador, but Curacao are World Cup debutant. Simulation also says that Tunisia will lose 1-0 to Japan. Next match says, all the simulation says Netherlands win 3-1 against Sweden. Uruguay versus Cabo Verde, and Uruguay win 3-0. New Zealand versus Egypt. Egypt, they have drawn 2-2. Spain versus Saudi Arabia now. It's going to end 3-1 to Spain in this simulation. Belgium versus Iran. Who will win? That's up to the simulation to decide. And it says 5-0 to Belgium. Jordan beat Algeria 3-2. We progress. France versus Iraq. France do win 3-1. Argentina versus Austria. Can Messi get his first point? Austria win 2-1 despite Messi's 89th minute goal. Senegal do beat Norway 3-2, though Norway have not been in a World Cup for some time now. England versus Ghana. Ghana have won 3-1. Colombia versus the Democratic Republic of Congo. They have won 2-1. Congo. Portugal versus Uzbekistan. It ends in a draw. Ronaldo missed a penalty and a red card for Uzbekistan. Croatia beat Panama 2-1. And we will check the standings. So far at the top of the group, we've got Czech Republic, Canada, Brazil, United States, Germany, Netherlands, Belgium, Uruguay, France, Jordan, Congo, DR, and Ghana. And that will change. South Korea beat South Africa 2-1. Bosnia and Herzegovina played Qatar, of which they do win 1-0. Switzerland beat Canada 3-1, despite Canada's host advantage. (2-0) to Czech Republic. Mexico missed a penalty. Morocco versus Haiti. Morocco 1-1. Turkey versus the United States. United States have won 1-0. Scotland 2-2 Brazil. Paraguay versus Australia. Paraguay, can they get better? No, they lose 2-3. Tunisia versus Netherlands. Can we see? 5-0 Netherlands. Ecuador versus Germany. Germany win 3-1. Anything can happen. Sweden beat Japan 3-1. Curacao, Côte d'Ivoire. They do share point. Egypt versus Iran. 2-1 to Egypt. Salah getting a goal alongside Marmoush. Cabo Verde versus Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia win 1-0 in the 85th minute. (2-2) Uruguay and Spain share the point. New Zealand versus Belgium. Belgium win 2-1. Jordan versus Argentina. Messi gets his first win. Did he get a goal? McAllister got a goal. Though he did miss a penalty. I don't know why Messi wasn't taking that penalty. Almada scored, not Messi. Norway versus France now. (3-2) to France. Norway get a red card, and then after that red card they managed to score 2 goals. Algeria yet to get points, and they have managed to get those points. Unavailable player, we have to automatically replace the player so that we do not impact anything. Croatia versus Ghana. Croatia win 4-1. Colombia 3-3 Portugal. Colombia thought they'd won, and then Portugal responded late. Democratic Republic of the Congo versus Uzbekistan. (2-1) to Uzbekistan. Panama versus England. England win 3-1. Qatar versus Switzerland now. Qatar are yet to get points. Now let's have a look at the groups. Czech Republic, Bosnia and Herzegovina, Brazil, United States, Germany, Netherlands, Belgium, Uruguay, France, Algeria, Uzbekistan and Croatia are top of the groups. (4-2) Switzerland over Qatar. Brazil versus Morocco. Morocco win 1-0. Mexico versus South Africa now. South Africa win 2-1. Korea Republic versus Czech Republic. Korea Republic won 3-1. Canada versus Bosnia and Herzegovina. 3-0 Canada, and that's Bosnia's reality check. (1-1) between Haiti and Scotland. Germany 1-0 against Curacao. Netherlands versus Japan. It's Netherlands that do win 2-1. And the United States versus Paraguay. Can the hosts... No, they only get a point. Late equaliser from Paraguay. Turkey beat Australia 2-1. Sweden versus Tunisia. Now, Iran versus New Zealand. Iran win 2-1. Saudi Arabia versus Uruguay. Three-two to Uruguay. Spain versus Cabo Verde. Spain win 1-0. Iraq versus Norway. Norway win 3-1. Belgium versus Egypt. A few matches have been expected. France 3-1 Senegal, but some matches have been very unexpected. Australia versus Jordan. Australia win 1-0. Can Argentina get a point? Yes, but they have taken all three instead of just the one. Uzbekistan and Colombia face. 3-2 Colombia. Now, England versus Croatia. Croatia win 2-1. Ghana beat Panama 2-1. And then we see Portugal and the Democratic Republic of Congo. Portugal win 2-1 because of a missed penalty. We now enter the round of 32. These are the teams that make it out. We do see a few groups that have some shocking results in them, but we do see a lot of the big teams make it out of their group. Of course, there's the third place teams as well. Our first match of the round of 32. Canada are out. Netherlands versus Brazil. Brazil win on penalties, now Netherlands are out. Germany versus Morocco. Germany knocked Morocco out late. Scotland versus Sweden. Sweden knocked Scotland out. Next up we have France versus Australia. France knocked Australia out, but it did take them some time. Korea Republic versus Norway. Norway knocked Korea Republic out. Senegal progress, Ecuador out. Croatia knocked Uzbekistan out. And of course, there are still matches left, but half of them have been played. United States versus Bosnia and Herzegovina. United States have managed to knock Bosnia and Herzegovina out. Now, South Africa, can they beat Belgium? Yes, they can. Lukaku missed a penalty which sent the game to extra time, of which South Africa scored 2 goals in. Uruguay progress. We do have matches left, but some teams can now sit back and rest. Ghana can now do so, as well as Colombia miss every penalty and they're out. Switzerland versus Algeria. Switzerland win. The knockout rounds can be very unpredictable. Egypt knocked Turkey out. Argentina versus Spain. Spain are out. A comeback from Argentina removes Spain from the tournament. Portugal versus England now. Ronaldo is out. 5-2 to England. Quite a big victory. We progress to the round of 16. Here's our fixtures for the round of 16. A round of 32. Here are the match days. Now our round of 16. That's Belgium. No, rather Germany versus France. France win 3-2. 8 teams left, or 8 matches left, 16 teams left in the tournament. Brazil are out in extra time to the Czech Republic. United States versus South Africa. United States win 2-0. Ghana versus Uruguay. Uruguay are out. First side of the bracket complete. Next, we see Haaland get knocked out to Croatia. Sweden versus Senegal. Ends in heartbreak for Sweden. Switzerland versus England. England progress in extra time. Argentina versus Egypt now. Argentina win 4-0. Now we progress to the quarterfinals. France versus the Czech Republic. Czech Republic have had a good run. France end that run though. Ghana versus the United States. And on penalties, the United States progress. Senegal, Croatia, Argentina and England are the only teams left to play. England are out to Argentina. Senegal versus Croatia now for a spot in the semi-finals. And Senegal, their run is ended by Croatia. France versus the United States. Both teams have made it very far, but the United States progress. Croatia, Argentina. Argentina in the finals versus the United States of America. First, we see the third place match. France are third, Croatia fourth. Now to find out who's second and who wins it all. Argentina, the champions. Here's our matches. That is it for this tournament. unfortunate for every team that was knocked out of this tournament. And there are also some very big teams that were knocked out early. Some very shocking victories. I just think that this very important tournament just had to end with a very exciting final, which the United States made it into. But that is the end of this video now, and goodbye.